Welcome, High Vibe humans. You are listening to the Golden Gaian Adventure podcast. All right. Welcome. I'm feeling very blessed and full of gratitude to be here right now. I want to dedicate this first show to my grandma Mill. Her full name was Mildred Scott, and she died on August 6, 2017. This is just a week before she turned 95 years old. And she was a huge inspiration to me. She taught me many values, and she practically raised me. And she was one of the first 4 African-American female teachers in the Detroit public school system. And she made it her legacy. Like, she left behind a legacy of improving the theater program there. She even took time to help immigrant students adjust to American culture. She was just a huge influence on my life. And I want to dedicate this episode to her because she taught me the values of hard work, education, and believing in yourself. And that's a lot of what I talk about on this show. So welcome. Today's topic is action. And each show will have a topic that we're going to talk about and discuss. And then we're going to open it up and ask the angels. And maybe even there's a chance for you to call and join in later episodes and get an angel card reading of your own. So let's just jump into the topic, which is action. Why are we talking about action? It's a time of change. At this time, it's fall, it's October. As I'm recording this, the leaves are changing, the air is changing. And it's also the first year with a new president in the office, so the political scene is changing. Many things are changing at this time. And usually, if we don't like something about the world, about our job, about our personal life, we don't complain about it. We change it. We act in some way. We take action. And this is why we're talking about action. It's one of the 5 stages of change. I'll share a little bit of background about myself in case you don't know me. My name is Brianna Scott. I go by Breezy Spread Love on the internet. And I'm currently working on my master's degree in counseling psychology. And so we study the 5 stages of change and we use it in our practice. And in this show, we're going to cover the 5 stages of change and how you can apply them to your life. Then we'll ask the angels if they have any advice for taking action. So the 5 stages of change are used in counseling, like I said, and determine how ready someone is to make a change in their life. Some people are more prepared than others to make change, while others don't think they need to make one, despite what their family members or friends have to say. An example would be a friend who, grew up in college and they were drinking a lot. That tends to be a stereotype, is that college students drink a lot, and it's acceptable in college. But then that behavior continues outside of college, and friends and family become concerned. But that person doesn't believe that there is a problem. That's where the stages of change come in, and usually that's when they're applied, is to people who have substance abuse issues. But we're going to step back from the clinical uses of the 5 steps of change, and we're going to apply them to some everyday life goals, like starting your own business, or making a craft, or starting a new diet like veganism. And then we'll use this example to break down the 5 stages of change. This is part of, I have a motto, and the motto is stay healthy, stay light, and don't give up the fight. And this topic applies to don't give up the fight. We have the ability to do anything if we put our minds and our hearts behind it. And the first step is accepting that change is necessary and to validate the state we are in. In order to make a change, we must first embody that change and act as if it is real. We have to go through the motions before it becomes a habit in order to achieve our goals. So what's the first step in making a change? Usually it's pre-contemplation. It's actually the step where you're not even aware that change needs to be made. So when you're starting a new diet, usually you're like, what's wrong with my diet? Food is great. Food goes in my body. I poop it out. It's great. That's what a diet is, right? No. So you're not really aware of it. You're not considering the change. You're kind of, ignorance is bliss. There's nothing wrong, nothing to see here. And then there's the second stage, which is contemplation. And that usually happens after there's a larger event. So say you get sick from eating that Taco Bell. You're like, oh my God, I got sick from Taco Bell. Maybe I shouldn't eat Taco Bell anymore. You start to contemplate the idea of making a change. However, you're probably not going to make that change within the next month. You say, hey, so are you going to quit Taco Bell like this month? And be like, no, not really, no. Or going vegan. Hey, you want to go vegan anytime soon? Some people may have heard friends or family members say, no, but it sounds nice. So that's the second stage of change. The third stage is preparation. So say you want to start a business and you've been contemplating starting a business. In the preparation stage, you actually begin to gather ideas. You start to look at your resources, look at your social calendar, you're looking ahead and you're preparing to make the change. You're looking at all the things you'll possibly need to make that change, and you're thinking about it. Some experience with change occurs at this time. You think about all the past changes you've made and you ask yourself, okay, was I successful there? And can I be successful again in making this change? And it's at this stage that it's important to verify the presence of your underlying skills for that behavior change. Do you have time management skills? Do you have basic financial skills? It's important at this stage to prepare for the change you're about to make. So going vegan, it's important to look at the cookbooks you have, look at the cooking utensils you have, looking at the space. Do you have enough space to store fresh produce? It's looking at your surrounding resources. And our favorite stage, the stage that this episode is built on, is action. Action is trying to practice new behaviors, and it's been going on for a while. So when you're in the preparation stage, you're probably making lists. You're probably asking yourself, why do I want to start a business? What kind of business do I want to start? Why do I believe I can make this work? And in the action stage, you're taking those answers and you're actually doing it. You're crossing those things off the list. You're getting things done. And maybe you've been getting things done for the last month. Maybe you've been working really hard at filling out all the paperwork to file for new taxes, new tax brackets, for making that change. Maybe you've been practicing new vegan recipes for the last month, and now finally you have a better understanding of which recipes you like and which recipes you don't like. And maybe you decided, okay, I'm going to buy a spiralizer now so I can spiralize zucchini because I want to try zucchini pasta. So in the preparation phase, you've been gathering all these ideas, and in the action phase, you're seeing which ideas actually worked for you, which ones came out the best in terms of recipes. Because I tried to make cashew cheese once. I tried to go raw vegan, and cheese is something that a lot of us can't let go. And one day I prepared, I bought all the ingredients, I watched all the different videos on how to make cashew cheese, and then I put myself into the action phase, and I mashed up the cashews and I left them in the fridge, and then I did some hocus pocus magic to them, and it did not turn out pretty, let me tell you. But I didn't give up, and I kept searching for other recipes. It's important in the action phase to bolster your self-efficacy when you're dealing with those kinds of obstacles, because in the action phase, obstacles are going to crop up. You know, there's a phrase, the universe never throws you anything you can't handle. At least that's what I tell myself. And when you have to take an obstacle and look at it as something that you can handle, as something you can learn from. So in this phase, it's important to understand that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall off the vegan wagon, so to speak. Or you might make a business mistake. You might order too much inventory and not sell it quick enough. There are beginner's mistakes that happen during this phase. Then there's the maintenance phase, which is the fifth step of change. And Maintenance phase is exactly how it sounds. You're maintaining that change. At this time, you've kind of ironed out all of those mistakes in your business plan. You've seen the loopholes and you've fixed them. You've drawn up new contracts to prevent mistakes from happening, or new rules to prevent those disasters, keep those disasters at bay. Or in the case of veganism, you figured out you need a smoothie in the morning, you know how to pack your lunches for the week, and you know how to have snacks in your bag for emergency snacking during the day. So you've maintained your change, and the focus becomes reinforcing those internal rewards. This means that you have to give yourself a pat on the back. Keep telling yourself, all right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And keep rewarding yourself for actually doing that change, for going through and making that change. In the maintenance phase, you often identify your triggers. It's in the maintenance phase when everything, because there's excitement in the action phase. In the action phase, your adrenaline is pumping. You're curious. You're getting creative. You're totally immersed in the idea of change, whatever it is, be it veganism or be it starting your new job. You're immersed in it. It is a part of you, 100%. It is your whole life. In the maintenance phase, you've got a rhythm. You've got things down. And oftentimes, you'll come up against a roadblock that you won't even see coming because you've grown comfortable in this rhythm that you have. Think of a jogger running, and they get into a rhythm, they get into sort of a jogging trance. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they realize that they're in a park, and they weren't really paying attention to where they were running, and they didn't really realize that they had run so far because they got caught up in the moment of running. And sometimes we can get caught up in that moment, and then all of a sudden something comes along that breaks our rhythm. And that's a trigger that can cause a relapse. So there is a sixth stage, which is relapse. And that means that you kind of fall off the wagon. You have to go back to the preparation stage or back to the action stage, depending on how far you've fallen back. Depending on how, I'll give a personal example, which is with veganism. So I fell off the wagon, and I fell off the wagon for like 6 months, and then I got back on. But in the process of trying to become vegan again, I had to get past the contemplation phase. I was like, oh, I started eating cheese again, and I had to contemplate cutting cheese out. And then I had to prepare that by eliminating all the cheese that I had either purchased or opportunities where I could eat cheese, such as buying pizza. And I had to put myself back into the action phase, which was, again, practicing, and making that change until it became a maintained change. At this time, I'm going to take a break to drink some water. H2O, yeah. So I've explained the 5 stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. And this episode is about action, and the idea that we're going through so many changes at this time that as a collective, it's time for us to commit to one action. It's time for us to ultimately keep practicing and maintaining those changes and focus on restructuring your social supports and your social cues, because who you surround yourself with at this time is who is going to help you maintain the change you're trying to make. So in the action phase, you're trying to surround yourself with those positive people that are going to uplift you. You're going to surround yourself with people who support you in starting your own business. Not the naysayers, the ones that are going to be there even if you do fail, because they know that you have a true and good heart, that your purpose is pure. So surround yourself with social supports that are going to help you. And with social cues, we consume so much media on a daily basis. We're bombarded by advertisements constantly. And so it's important to know, for instance, who you follow on Instagram, who you follow on Twitter, who you follow on Facebook, Snapchat, all of those social media platforms are cues. They give you ideas, they inspire you, they even seep into your subconscious, into your dreams. So be sensitive to what you're surrounding yourself with in terms of images, advertisements, TV shows, art. All of those things influence you on a subconscious level. It's important to combat feelings of loss and reiterate long-term benefits in an action phase. We're talking about eliminating cues that are negative for us. We're talking about creating groups of friends who are supportive. And that oftentimes comes with eliminating friends that are toxic. That comes with cutting out media that we consumed but know that it is negative energy and influences us negatively. So it's understanding that there are going to be feelings of loss that come up during this action phase. You're going to be grieving the loss of your old self while ushering and welcoming in this new self that you're trying to create. So it's okay. Validate yourself for having those feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to shed a petal of myself, to shed this new skin. To shed an old skin, make way for the new skin. It's okay. And reiterate the long-term benefits of this change. It's okay that I'm sad. I am becoming better. I am achieving my dreams, even though I have to give up on X, Y, and Z. I am achieving my dreams. Keep validating yourself for taking that step, for really acting on your inspiration, for really putting yourself into your dreams. Action is so important. It's what the world needs more of in terms of heroes. There are so many natural disasters, and without all of those people acting in the moment selflessly, we would be in a worse off state, a sore position. So that's the stage of change that the world is in. We're talking about raising the vibration of Earth. We're talking about shifting realities. And if we're truly shifting the realities, things are going to be changing. And the state of change that we're in is action. We have to act. We can't stand idly by anymore. We have to give voice to the good in the world, to the light in the world. And it's okay, because we're not going to be met with love all the time. But we have to keep reiterating the long-term benefits of the change we're trying to make. At this time, I'd like to take a brief break, and we're going to do a breath together. We're going to use this breath to call the angels in, because we're going to do a special angel card reading, and we're going to ask them if they have any advice for taking action. So relax into the space where you're sitting. Relax. Feel the surface under you. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. Clearing the space, allowing the angels to come. And take one more breath in. And exhale. Opening the heart. And allowing the angels to come in. I'm going to draw one card from the Archangel Oracle deck, and then I will draw 3 cards from the Angel Dreams deck. I wish to know which archangel is here with us today while we're talking about action. Archangel Uriel, brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Oh, this is great. So Archangel Uriel is here saying, please take action. You're on the right path. The change you want to make is the right idea. This is brilliant. I'm so glad you tuned in. I'm so glad you're here to hear this message. Brilliant idea. Yes, you're divinely guided at this time. So bring your idea to fruition. It's time to act. This card is a yellow card, and Archangel Uriel is holding a lightning bolt while riding a unicorn Pegasus. And it's gold and colorful and vibrant. Yellow is associated with the power chakra. So you are firmly in your power at this time, and you're shining bright with golden creative life force energy. Yes, it's the Golden Gaian hour, and we're feeling that golden energy. The lightning bolt in this picture symbolizes that spark, that idea. Yes, it has an arrow. It's pointing forward, straight into the future. It's calling us into the future, saying, come, strike while the iron is hot. And the unicorn Pegasus, the pegacorn, if you will, is our inspiration, our creativity. It is imagination being pulled into reality. Our ideas give us wings, and we're able to fly across and over obstacles in order to achieve our dreams, in order to make that change. Archangel Uriel is really with us at this time, inspiring us and saying, go for it. Go for the gold. I'm feeling really blessed right now. I'm feeling very energetic. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Archangel Uriel, for really being with us here today and for divinely guiding our thoughts. Archangel Uriel has an additional message for us that says your idea is an unanswered prayer being answered, even though it may push you past your comfort zone. Know that God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Ask for and be willing to receive all of the support that you need to bring the idea to fruition. Know that I'll be there all along the way, and you can ask me for help at any time. I'm especially glad to give you ideas and creative insights to support your life's purpose. Archangel really pulls us out of our comfort zone, saying change is not comfortable. It's uncomfortable, especially when you're in the action phase. You're letting go of old things, and you're adapting and committing to these new things that might be outside your comfort zone. It won't be comfortable, but you can handle it because I'm here. Archangel Uriel says, I am here for you. And know that you have to surround yourself with support. Ask us to guide you. Ask your guides to come down and support you because they're there. They're waiting. They're willing. They just need your permission. And it's okay to ask for help. Some of us have a hard time asking for help, even though we know that that person is going to help us. For some reason, we have all these what ifs, these fears, these worries, these doubts that crop up. Yeah, we know that we can reach out for support. We know we can ask our guides, but then there's always that voice in the back of our head that convinces us otherwise. So tune that voice out and tune into what Archangel Uriel is delivering us right now. Hot, fiery truth coming at you. I'm especially glad that you're joining me today on this Golden Gaian hour because creative insights are flowing out of Archangel Uriel's mouth, saying that sometimes you're going to fall, you're going to relapse, and that's okay because I'm here to pick you up, put you back on the path because we're in this together. Whew. Take a deep breath. Let's soak it all in. Shake it off or soak it up. whatever you got to do to process that download. Now we're going to draw the 3 cards from the Angel Dreams deck to see what themes came up for us in terms of action phase. All right. So Archangel Uriel is saying that we need to take action. Please take action. And these dream cards are showing me a theme, that the action really has to do with the environment. I pulled the fairies card, and the environment is calling out for a change. The climate change is highly debated at this time, but it is a real thing. You can't really believe in it because it's scientifically proven to be happening, even in our solar system. Now, the causes of climate change, of course, can be debated, but it is happening nonetheless. And the environment is asking us to help it at this time. Environment. The next card is the white card, Source, Divinity, and Enlightenment. And the last card is Summer, taking action, fruition, and intellect. So we're in the action phase collectively as humans. Collectively, we're being asked, we're being called to work on the environment. This message is coming directly from Source. It's coming directly down, and it's divinely guided. The earth is what we live on. So the action we need to take is in the course of the environment. And it's okay to be playful in that action. We can have fun while saving the environment. That's what the fairies are saying. They're saying, yeah, there's lots of work to do, but we can have fun while we're doing it. I mean, we're fairies. We take care of the nature. We take care of the forests. We take care of the animals, but we also have fun while we do it. It's not that hard. The fairies are saying it's not that hard to help and be stewards of the earth. The angels are saying, you live on the earth. This is God's gift to you. It's time to really dig in and help. It's not that hard. And Summer, the Summer card, taking action, fruition. It's time to bring those ideas to fruition. We've been saying it probably since 2012. Let's be real. It's time to really bring these ideas to fruition. If not now, then when? Time to take action. We are in the action phase. This is also an enlightening phase. It's also a phase of enlightenment. A lot of people are having aha moments. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, gun violence is real. Oh my gosh, racism still exists. People are having aha moments. So they're waking up to this world, and we need to guide them. It's time to use our intellect. It's time to use the knowledge we already know. Brilliant idea. Please take action to bring this idea to fruition. I think it's funny that on the Archangel Oracle card, it says, please take action, bring your idea to fruition. And then on the 3 separate cards, it has divinity, source, taking action, fruition, intellect. Almost all the same words are coming through at this time. So this is a very powerful, strong message that the angels are trying to reiterate to us. So I encourage you at this time to really jot down the ideas that are bubbling up inside of you right now. Whatever change that has been coming to your mind as I've been speaking, whatever change or dream you've been thinking about as this show has been progressing, that's probably where the angels want you to start. Whatever change you just thought of as I spoke, that's probably where the angels want you to start. Now, making a change by yourself can be daunting, but never fear, for Breezy is here. And I have angel card reading packages available on my Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/breezyspreadlove and check out those healing packages and pick one that works for you. It can be just an initial first consultation with me where you just vent and you get everything out and maybe you feel better, or it can be a continuous weekly thing that we meet together. Or maybe you just need a 1-card angel reading quick. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to process it. You just want to know what the angels have to say. One and done. But every single healing package comes with a Breezy Spread Love sticker. You can get a sticker that you can proudly share your love of the angels. You can show your spread love pride with this sticker. So check out patreon.com/breezyspreadlove and see if any of those healing packages work for you. And remember, making a change isn't easy, but it isn't that hard. It just takes courage, commitment, and creativity. Knowing who you are, knowing who your friends are, and knowing that no matter what happens, you can get through this. All of those things are important. I wanted to thank you for joining me today on today's Golden Gaian Hour. And I really want to thank Bring Me to Life for having me on here, for sharing this message. And I really appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in, the listeners, the high vibe humans that are making changes, that are out there on the front lines, saving the world, one person at a time, one adventure at a time. Thank you for doing that work. The work isn't done, but we know we're not alone. So spread love and subscribe. Until next time, high vibe humans, stay healthy, stay light, and don't give up the fight. Breezy, out.